working on a song here. I don't know how it's going to go. Like Harley Day Rider can ride his motorcycle every day, every day. Oh, wait. No, a lot of you said I can't sing. Remember my last video? My last video kind of proved that, right? I got to put this somewhere. Hold on. All right. Anyway, what about that opener? Huh? What about that opener? You just never know what you're going to get here in the mornings, but welcome back to Coffee with HDR. Yep. HDR. Getting the fancy intros. There you go. There's a nice little intro for you this morning. I actually made that on the iPad. So if you use your iPad, you can use a thing called Trailer Creator, and you can create a trailer on your iPad. Let's go up here this morning and start off by saying our good mornings to everybody there. Good morning to Ron Kelly. You were the first in the room this morning. Good morning to you. Jeff Rice, Harley 103, Jim Wilson, Will Henderson, good morning. HDAV Traveler, Jerry, River Bluff Baggers, Bob Nelson, Pink's Adventure, good morning to you. Chuck Henson again, Roy Moto Ventures, good morning. Just trying to get down through here, get everybody in here. Captain Ed, good morning to you. Bob Nelson, Bronco Rod, glad to see you on board there this morning, sir. James Turner, the Smyrna Cowboys in the house. And Smyrna, I'm going to go down to the post office this morning, and I'll get you that price for that shipping. Money 7855, good morning, Mike. Nice to have you on board there with us this morning. Let's see who else we got in here. The Dusty Chronicles, good morning. And my sister Debbie's in there. Good morning to you. Judge Newman, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I was just trying to see somebody put in there. Oh, nice intro. Hey, thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed that intro, that little trailer that I played there in the opener of the show. If you didn't see that, you'll have to catch the rerun later on. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll play it halfway through, 30 minutes in. I'll replay the intro just so everybody can take a look at that. It's pretty cool. And it's something I created. It's actually on my YouTube page as the opening video. So if new subscribers visit, they get to see that. So how's everybody been doing this week? It's been a really long week, man. It just feels long for some reason. And I'm listening right now, and I can hear some horrible rain outside. Horrible rain. But we need the rain, right? We need the rain to wash the salt off the roads and get all that stuff done and get everything off the roads and all the gravel or sand that you may have from the winter. Get that off of your roadways for sure. But yeah, it just seems to be a long week. I don't know. That 5 days, this past 5 days, and I don't know what it was or why it seemed long. Maybe because the weather was so nice outside and we were stuck inside. And we need an HDR2, the sequel on Money. And I guess you were talking about maybe the opener. Maybe we need a sequel of that. And I got a ton of clips. I'm sure you guys do too. I'm going to talk about that a little bit this morning about clips. I talked to Bodine about the other day, and we talked about raw footage. He wasn't really sure what I was talking about, raw footage as opposed to edited footage. There's a little difference between those two for sure. And yeah, and we do have a fireside chat with the boys tomorrow night coming up here. It's going to be an interesting night. I have some interesting thoughts, topics that we're going to talk about. We're trying to get away from questions, and it always seems like that show. Matter of fact, my sister Debbie said she was here just the other night, and she said, "Yeah, I watched the latest fireside chat with the boys, and it seems like it was a rerun of the last one. Like you guys don't do anything different. There's nothing interesting going on that broadcast." So myself and Bronco Ride and Bodine's been kicking around, but I got some topics. We don't want to make them questions like, so what do you plan on doing for motorcycle riding this summer? Well, we plan on taking some trips and riding around and doing some things. And what's the longest ride you ever been on? I don't know, 1,000 miles, 1,500 miles, 2,000 miles. And, so we're trying to change that around a little bit. I want it to be more like a discussion. I watch this thing each week, or I listen to this podcast called Windows Weekly, and they share a document between the three, and they put different ideas. The three hosts put different ideas of things they like to talk about. And actually, it's not a question they talk of; they discuss it. Like, um, you can't say, "What do you think about Harley's financials?" You have to think of something that would be a discussion, like, um, what would Harley financials look like if you were the CEO? How would you change things? How would you remedy something that might be going on there? So that's the kind of stuff that I'm kind of thinking about. Will surprise us on the chat. Yeah. So the surprise I got on the chat tomorrow is pretty interesting thoughts in my head. And I got these by riding a motorcycle yesterday, guys. When you go out riding, you start to do these different thoughts of, what you're going to do next. And I came up with some pretty good videos yesterday out riding. HDV Traveler, I'll bring us up here and have a look at this morning here. Harley Day Rider, right now I'm trying to see when I can get away from work so I can fly up there to Western PA. HDV Traveler, man, we would be happy to see you for sure. And the best time to fly up here to see me anyway is June and July, because actually I have my vacation in those 2 months, June, July, and part of August. So that is the best time to come up. June, there's a couple things going on. I have a couple classes I have to teach in June, but other than that, I'll be pretty freed up there. Definitely hit me up on Instagram. Chuck Henson says, I got 3 rides in this week. First ride since October. And I think I did see that, Chuck, on Instagram. I think you did mention that was your first ride since October, or maybe you put that in one of my comments. But yeah, so James Turner said that too. It just seemed like a long week, and every day, my students would come in. I don't have any windows in my classroom, so I always call it our prison cell. There's 18 students and me in a room, and it's kind of gets tight in there. They want 25 students in the room and me, and that's going to be pretty horrible. But I mean, it's doable. You can do it, but they're going to be tight. The kids are going to be really tight in the room. But hey, you know what? We went to a concert, myself and my sister Debbie, there a few weeks ago, and we were sitting elbow to elbow with people, and it was tight in there. So I guess we're used to tight spaces, confined spaces. I guess maybe. Anonymous Biker, good morning. Glad to have you on board there this morning. D.A. Bishop, good morning to you, my friend. Spinning Vows Adventures. Boy, that's a cool name, man. Spinning Vows Adventures. That's really a super cool name there. But yeah, so I sit in my prison cell each day with no windows, and as the students come, I say, "Hey, is it nice out there? Is it raining? Oh man, oh Mr. HDR, that's what they call me at school. Mr. HDR. Oh, Mr. HDR, it is beautiful out there." And I'm like, "Oh, I could be out riding my motorcycle." Right. And it's just too cold and too dark right now in the morning to take the bike to work. I know that sounds stupid because I have a headlight. I get it. But driving through the game lands I got to drive through, and the deer population around here is horrible. I mean, come on. It is fishing season. You never see a trout walking across the road, or you never see a bass jump out from the weeds, right? Or, even a crappie doesn't jump out across the road and hit the motorcycle. But those damn deer, it's crazy, man. It's just crazy. So, morning, Ricky K. I'm good to have you in there. Dean C. Good morning to you. Slacka 7. Slacka 7. Good morning. Glad to have you on board here with us this morning. So yeah, I sit in that room, and they come in. They say, "That's so nice," and just like, I want to get out there and ride. So yesterday it happened to be 70 degrees, and we get off, and it's weird, man. We get off 15 minutes early on Fridays, and 15 minutes sounds like that much time. But when you get home and it's just like turning like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're like, I went down, man, or I came up here. And it's funny in the video, I tell you that the hardest decision I made yesterday was picking out which helmet to wear. And so anyway, I picked out the helmet and I put it on my head, and I jumped on the bike and took off. So, and then I had these great thoughts about the fireside chat with the boys. Dusty Chronicles, my thoughts while riding are all over the place, sometimes going into philosophical spectrum. Boy, that's a big word, philosophical. I couldn't even spell that word, man. I can barely say it. But anyway, so yeah, very good. Yeah, riding does open up a lot of our minds, and I guess that's why we do it. I want to come up this summer. I need a break from Texas summer heat. There you go. Well, we have a pretty mild summers around here. We do get some hot days, but nothing too overbearing. But I think it's what made this week long, man. Every day here, it's like 60, 70 degrees every day. And it's been really nice till the weekend. Yep, it's still raining out there. And that's what you get. You got to work. I don't know who created this stuff, man. 5-day work weeks. It's ridiculous. It's the stupidest thing they've ever came up with. And it was our forefathers. They must work 5 days a week, 40 hours. Like, who ever said 40 hours? Like, I feel, this is my personal belief, we should be off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Okay. You should have to work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You should just have to do that. There's no getting around it. So, and 8 hours a day on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is fine. That's good. But yeah, have every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. I don't know. The way it's been working around here with the rain, honestly, I'd rather have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off. Because, guys, when it's raining, I don't mind sitting in the room teaching and the kids come in and they're all soaking wet and they're like, oh, man, it's pouring down rain out there. It's like, well, I can't do anything anyway. Might as well be there doing the job, right? Doing the work. So that is very interesting thoughts for sure. So starting a new channel, Anonymous Biker says, Philosopher Biker. There it is. Poetic Philosopher Biker. How about that one? Starting a new channel. There you go. Now, Anonymous Biker, I got to ask you, will you show your face in this new program that you're creating? I think that would be interesting. Pink's Adventures, good morning to you. I seen you're in there this morning and did say good morning. I know this is a motorcycle show, but did you enjoy Hamilton? And I know the proper response is, oh, yes, it was breathtaking. I loved every minute of it. I just couldn't get enough of it. I'd like to go back and see it again. But I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of the first half of Hamilton because it was so much singing and so very loud and so very distorted that I didn't understand it. Mrs. HDR was smart. She read the story before we went, so she knew what they were supposed to be doing on stage. And it's a lot of jumping around and loud singing and muffled, hello, Hamilton, and you don't know what the hell they're singing, to be honest with you. But the second half of it, they talked a little bit and there was a little bit of discussion. It was more like a slow singing. So I would consider Hamilton to be a hip hop opera. Because, you go to the opera, you don't know what they're saying. They're just tiptoeing around on their tips of their feet and dancing around. And who goes to operas, Anyway, that's my personal thing, and if I make anybody upset over that, that's fine, but it's not for me. And then get this. So here's the next thing I like to tell you about Broadway Critic HDR. Well, that's just my take on it. Bronco Run. Some people love it. My sister Debbie was down below us, down close to the stage, and she said, she really enjoyed it. She liked it. Mrs. HDR said she loved it. But it's like going to a movie, man. Not everybody loves the movie, right? Some people put on like Rotten Tomatoes. That was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And I enjoy it. So it all depends. You say potato, I say potato. No, I don't. I never say potato. I say potato, not potato. Or tomato or tomato. Tomato or tomato. I say tomato, not tomato. Or bologna or bologna. Now, whoever says Bologna, yeah, well, I was married to a person who used to say Bologna because she sounded it out. Bologna, bologna. She did. That's how she said it. I want some Bologna. So, good morning, Mr. McStash. Glad to have you on board there in the house this morning. I don't have my McStash shirt on today. I do have my Harley Davidson shirt on here, with this beautiful motorcycle sitting on it. And it's awesome. You guys are awesome. Everybody in the chat room is awesome today. Iron Horse Addiction, good morning to you. First-time listener. What is this show all about? Well, Iron Horse, it's about everything, man. It's about motorcycles. It's about life. It's about having a good time. It's about the bad times, about the sad times, about the happy times, about anything I think of. The biggest thing this is about, Iron Horse, is get in the chat room and start chatting to all the fine people in there. That chat room is what makes this show possible because it's a communication. It's a gathering of a community. That's what we're about. So hopefully you stick around. Thank you for checking us out here this morning. If you like the show, click on the subscribe button and the little bell notification so you're notified when I post a future video. Boy, is that kind of lame, huh? Anyway, I should write down some notes here what I was talking about. I got a couple things on top of my head, but not a lot because the head was filled up for the week. But it is coffee and Iron Horse. We do drink coffee here. Coffee with HDR, obviously, is what the show name is. See, Smarty Cowboy says tater. You got any taters down there? Down south, they do almost, hey, pass me them taters. Give me some butter and taters. See, now, the only time we call it a tater here is if it's a tater tot, right? We don't call it a potato tot. It's a tater tot. You're right. That's pretty interesting. That's a Southern word. Bronco Rod, I fell asleep at the Phantom of the Opera. If it makes you feel better. We normally don't talk about Broadway. Let's see. Yeah, we normally don't talk about Broadway, Iron Horse. You're right. We normally don't, but I just happened to go to a show recently here in Pittsburgh called Hamilton, and that's kind of why we were bringing that up this morning. But again, this show is pretty much based on everything. So there's nothing held back on here. I tell it like it is, and I bring you stuff that you have to think about sometimes. But anyway, so hopefully, like I said, hopefully you stick around and hang out with us here. It's a good group. We have a great chat room every week. A lot of fine people in here. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is, now I'll go into some boring stuff. Let's talk about manuals. Working on your motorcycles and manuals. I have no big watching Switching Gears Garage this morning. Switching Gears is a buddy of mine, and he rebuilds motorcycles, and he even works on motorcycles for people. So that's not his daily job, but he learned how to do it, and he loves it. So his car sales side in his garage has motorcycle lifts in it. I don't know. It's what the man does. But what I wanted to show you was, and actually, Bodine turned me onto this site. But anyway, it is right here. Let's see here. Google Chrome would like to record the computer screen. Okay, I guess that's fine. I don't know. I don't know why that would be off. All right. Anyway, that should be fine. We do this every week. Let's see here. Window. Let's see if we can bring this up. I don't know if this will work or not. It can't capture the screen? What? Well, that's kind of weird. Anyway. Huh. I'm going to try it one more time here, see if I can do this. Window. Nope. It tells me it can't capture the screen. That is really, really weird. Super weird. I don't know why. Let's see here. I got to do some quick computer work here. Hold on, guys. I'm going to go through here, click on my privacy settings, open this up, type in my super secret password. There we go. All right. Chrome has lost connection to the screen. Now, that's really weird. There we go. All right. Let's see if we can do this now. All right. Let's see if it'll allow it to do it now. Let's see see if we fixed it here, guys. Yeah, apparently not. Well, anyway, I was going to show you that I have my manual, and I found the manual on a Facebook group called Free Harley Davidson Manuals. I think that's what it's called. I'm not really sure. If anybody has the link for that, please put it in there. Let's see here. Smarty Cowboy said he liked Hamilton as long as I can read it on a $10 bill. There you go. There you go. For sure. Absolutely. HDR is jack of all trade. Motors, teaching. He's got good, getting good grades. First verse, laugh out loud. There you go. Bodine 52 is in the house. And Bodine, if you can put that in there, we're just talking about the Harley Davidson Manuals, the Facebook group that you turned me on to a few years ago. If you can put a link in the chat room, man, that would be great. Technical difficulties with HDR. Yeah, man, I don't know why this thing is not capturing my screen. It's not allowing it to capture my Adobe Reader. And I don't think I can. I don't think you can do it this way. Let's see if we can do it this way. Let's see if you can open this PDF. Oh man, are you kidding me? I don't know if we can open this PDF or not in. Anyway. So here's the manual. So can I just drop it in here? Would it open? Yeah, it will open. Now, can I share that tab? We've done that before, right? Should be able to share that tab. I got to get this working for tomorrow. Let's see here. Yeah, now that'll work. It just wouldn't share the it just wouldn't share my my PDF reader for some reason, but this will work fine. So if you look here, this is the actual whole 2018 Harley Davidson manual for the 2018 Road Glide. Well, I guess it's any touring model is actually what it's for. But if I blow this up a little bit, this just saves you from, and I got a lot of slack over this, guys. I got a lot of stuff mentioning this before in a Facebook group. Oh, you're stealing money from Harley Davidson. You're not paying them, $180 for the manual. But you know what? Somebody created this Facebook group and somebody bought these and they're just sharing them out. And honestly, how much do you use your manuals? You don't use it every day. Use it when you do a service on the motorcycle, maybe. But it gives you everything in these manuals, man. The manuals are really, really good to have. The Facebook page has a PDF in the name. I downloaded and printed the 2020 Touring Shop Manual. There you go, Pink's Adventure. You're right. So, and that's exactly what this is. You download it as a PDF. And what I did, I put it on my iPad. And then on the iPad, I take it to the garage and I just flip through where I want to go. You can click on the link, such as this. This is what I was looking at this morning, actually. This is pretty cool, guys. Another one of my discussions here this morning to see if you do this. And right now, I'm not following the chat room at the present moment. Sorry about that. But this one here, fastener torque values in this chapter. Fastener values, torque values. But if you go here, check this out. Everything on your motorcycle has a torque value. Not, oh, it's tight enough, or, oh, I just turned it one turn past, being tight. Or I just tighten it enough, just not too much because I don't want to break it, right? So everything is in there. And Bodine said that too. He put it on his iPad, and he uses it on the iPad the same way I do. So Pink's Adventure says it right here. Try to show us at the same time here. Yeah, so it's a PDF in the name. You download it for your bike. So just trying to get through. I printed out the manual, put it in a folder. Yeah, and some people do this too. Some people actually print it out, put it in a folder, put it in your garage, put it in the binder. I find a PDF. I like the PDF because I just click the link and it jumps to the page. But I do like a printed manual. Man, I like printed manual. I have a lot of printed stuff too around the house. Where do you get that manual? Right here. Wait, oops. Let's see here. Where do you get the manual? So the manual is on a Facebook group. If you don't know the Facebook group, actually, off the top of my head, I know Bodine sent it to me, but by all means, if anybody wants to share it, put it in the chat room and share it, because it just is really nice to be able to have this manual. You need the manual. That kind of brings me to my next topic of discussion here. And I don't know how many of you actually work on your own bikes out there. They say, and I don't believe this either, guys. They say, I talked to an old timer. He tore his motorcycle all the way down to the frame probably 4 times and redesigned it. It was a chopper, it was a bobber, it was a cruiser, it was, you get the idea. And he said it's a dying art, man. People don't work on their motorcycles anymore. It's easier to pull it in a Harley shop, write the check for $500 or $1,000, and let them do it, and trust them with your bike. The only thing I'm getting nowadays is, after Mike Killy 7 had so much trouble, I don't know who to trust with my motorcycle. You think when you go to the Harley dealer, they have, Harley techs. That's true, but they also have the weekend guys that clean the bikes. They scrub the motorcycles down. And sometimes they tell them, hey, get that drill screw gun and go over and put them screws back in that windshield. They screw your screws out, right? They strip them all out. So you got to be careful. Oh, there it is. So the Facebook page is Harley PDF Manual. For anybody looking for it, go on Facebook and just search for Harley PDF manual on Facebook, and you'll find a group. I don't think it's a closed group, so you can get in there, and once you're on that group, just search for your model of your Harley. I don't know if they have any other motorcycles in there, but obviously it says Harley. So, but there's probably other ones out there. HDR rebuild series coming. HDR rebuild. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. I probably did about all the rebuilding I'm doing. Payne's right. Good morning to you. Glad to have you in there, man. You said, and I can't get this to come up. Why is it going on? Hi, I just finished a real build on my Husky. It's like a new 2022. There you go. So, under files. Okay, so go under files and search for your bike, and you'll find it in there. Broke 4 windshields on my bike. Who did that? Was that the dealer that broke the windshields on your bike? I mean, yeah, it's quite possible. The next thing, though, like I said, I don't know who works on their bike and who does not. I was looking the other day at my head pipes thinking, if I can just get a wrench in there and get them bolts out, I can change my own head pipes. That's my thought, right? And I looked at a jack this morning, and I don't know what kind of jack to buy. Remember, I'm very money conscious. I'm not cheap. I don't want people ever to think that I'm cheap. Very money conscious. Well, Switching Gears put a new jack up on his website. It's $800 for a motorcycle jack that you're going to use, what, once a year? Maybe. But I like to jack the bike up. I'd like to be able to get the head pipes off, put some new Vance and Hines, head pipes on. And I understand you don't use true duals on a 107 M8. You shouldn't do that because it ruins something in the compression. They still have to be a crossover pipe, but get rid of that catalytic converter, because, man, that heat is killing me. Is why I want to do that. So, but I think I could do it myself. Let's see. Oh, Hell's on Two Wheels. Good morning to you. Let's see what you got to say this morning here. Harley dealerships are like pro teams. Some win championships, some make the playoffs, and some are just glad to be there. And some of them probably should not be there anymore. So, hey, the trouble is, guys, I mean, this is happening all over the place. Just got to work, but wanted to stop in NVA rider. Well, good morning to you. Have a great day, man. At work, and hopefully you are doing something you enjoy doing. Just seems, I said that, I was thinking, I just did a video about that. You might not see it real soon here, but I did a video. So my question is to you guys, and I know I went out and bought one, and it's kind of weird, but a torque wrench. So as I showed you on that sheet, everything on your motorcycle is a torque spec, and you have to have a torque wrench to be able to adjust it and measure it, right? And I know there's a lot of old timers out there that work on their bikes and are just snug it enough, just make it tight. Some guys get on there and they just ratchet, and all of a sudden it's like, and they strip out, the oil plug, or they strip out the derby covers. You remember, it's aluminum going into aluminum, and they just crack his babies right off. It's like, now it's the expensive drill. You got to drill them out, and somebody's got to fix that for you. So, okay, Harley Day Rider, Pink's Adventure said it is a private group, but just click on it. You want to join it, they will let you join. So, they will definitely let you join that. Okay, so what's going on here with Payne's Rides? Payne's Rides said, hey, instead of selling the Victory, I think after this year, I'm going to send it to the Lloyd's Performance for a professional upgrade and new level of power. Yeah, dude, you can't ever sell that bike. That Victory is why I started watching Payne's Rides. Just seeing that bike and hearing it, and then seeing it in person. And he actually let myself and Bodine, we actually was able to go over and like touch it. It's like, whew. Man, you just don't touch a red Victory like you touch another bike. Okay, we'll let that go with that. But you get the idea. Let's see here. Yeah, we learned that from our travels past year. Unfortunately, I have had my bike messed up by a lot this past year. And somebody said that, and I get really worried about, you might need 2 torque wrenches, one for foot-pounds and one for inch-pounds. And mine does both. Mine does, what's the smallest one? Like pounds, inch pounds, and foot pounds. Mine does the 3. But the only thing mine does not do, it doesn't go up to 105. And 105, I was looking at my service, my 25,000 mile service. I got to check the head nuts or lug nuts or bolt nuts or whatever the hell you call them on the axles, okay? And they got to be torqued to 105 foot-pounds. 105. Yeah, 105 foot-pounds. Mine doesn't go up that high. So I guess I'm gonna have to go out and buy a bigger one to do that. It also would not tighten the nuts on, the clamps that go uh, on your exhaust pipes. It wouldn't go up high enough. I think that was 105, and I seen mine won't go to 105. It goes to like 90, and that tops out. It's a digital one. It's a nice, and I bought a digital one so I wouldn't make a mistake. But uh, other than that, I do like that, Bob. Thank you very much. No better way to start off a job than by watching HDR in the mornings. Thank you very much for that. Henry's in the house. The less Harley stores there are, the more likely they are charged for work. That's what I was getting at, Henry. Very good point. And I like how you just led me into you segued me into that discussion. Is they're closing down a lot of these smaller mom and pop Harley dealers in David. And by the way, I say they are closing. Harley corporate. Okay, so Harley corporate's coming out going, hey man, you only sell 280 bikes a year. That's nothing. Yeah, we're shutting you down. What do you mean, man? We've been in business since 1910. My dad or my great grandfather started this Neon Guards 1910. So you figure the Harley started in 1909. As soon as they started dealerships, whenever that was, I don't know if it's probably more like 1915 when they started doing independent dealers. They bought a dealership. They started a dealership, and they've been working on motorcycles ever since. What was nice about there, it was $75 an hour for labor. So $75, and they had excellent techs. Like it was small. They only had 2 techs, and you knew them both by name. You walked in, you talked to them, you shook their hands. They knew your motorcycle. It wasn't just a number coming through the door. These bigger shops, guys, the motorcycle comes in, they're like, you got an hour for that job. You got 30 minutes for that job. Get it done. Damn it. Get it done. And these techs are, and they're doing it real fast, and you do sloppy work, and then you drive the bike and get halfway home, and it falls apart. Your saddlebags fall off. Your back tire rolls down the street. The engine's smoking and everything, and there's no oil in it because the plug wasn't replaced. And you're like, what happened? Like, oh, they had 30 minutes. My boss was yelling at me because now it's a production. It's just a production, right? Your bike is nothing but a part number to them. I like the smaller shops because I like when they came in, they said, hey, HDR, man, how's that Road Glide treating you? Hey, it's pretty good. Hey, is that the work I did on it still holding up? Yeah, it's working great, man. Thank you. And oh, no problem, man. You want me to take it out for a test drive? They would take it out. One time I took my bike and the guy said, did you know, on my old bike, he says, did you notice your clutch was slipping? I said, no, man, I wouldn't even know like if a clutch was slipping. How would I know? I'm not a clutch guy. He said, yeah, man. He said, I took it in. I tuned it up for you a little bit, and I fixed the clutch for you. I adjusted it. And it was supposed to be a $75, adjustment or a $50 adjustment. He's like, no, man, I just did it. I did some work on your bike. I took it for a test drive, and I took care of you. That's what Harley dealers need to be, guys. That's what they need to be. I'm just saying. Sorry I get off on my little tantrums here in the morning, but hey, that's what the show's all about. Somebody said, what is your show about? That's what it's about, right? Having fun, talking, getting these discussions out, talking about these hard topics. Now, I've already booked my appointment with HD to have this checked out, but has everyone experienced touring model bikes not turning over unless it is in the neutral position? I don't know. I don't know if I've ever started my bike in first gear. I'll try it today. I'll figure it out for sure. Definitely get a digital click type torque wrench. The beam type is not very accurate. Yeah, I do. I have, and that's what I have, is I have the digital one that clicks. It's a digital on the gauge, so I can see the foot pound. It has a little light on it, so older guys can see it, and then it clicks as it's going through there. Hell on Two Wheels, good morning to you. I didn't see you pop in there, but hello. Yeah, Harley 103. My wife's bike wouldn't start. My Harley's wouldn't start unless it's in neutral, but mine will. Both bikes are the same year. I don't know. I don't know, because here's what I found out, and I thought this was really ingenious. This is probably one of the smartest things I've ever seen on a motorcycle, and I never even thought about, because I've never owned anything but Harleys. Well, I owned an old Suzuki once, but that was so many years ago, I don't remember. So I took that Indian out for a test drive, right? The Indian Chief Vintage. The Indian, yeah. Myself and Miss HR took it for a test ride. I came back, it's running, boom, 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 boom. I put the kicks in, kaboom. It stopped. It shut itself off. I was like, what? Did I break it? And the dealer came over, the guy came over, he's like, he starts laughing, he goes, all you ever rode was Harleys, right? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, there's a kill switch on the kickstand. I'm like, ingenious. How many of you ride with your kickstands down? Bodine, it happens to all of us. I've done it. I just said that because he had a video and he left it in. And thank you for leaving it in, because so many of us are editing our videos so we're to look like the best, most perfect motorcyclist in the world. And that's bull crap, right? We all make little mistakes. So, but yeah, you put the kickstand up in the motorcycle, or you put it down, it shuts off. So many people say, about the motorcycles. And anyway, I have a 3 torque wrench, a 1/2 inch, a 3/8, and a 1/4 inch drives. Can do everything from 10 inch-pounds to 150 foot-pounds. That's what I need. I need one that does up to 150 foot-pounds. Ricky KM, good morning to you. My Indian shop is a small shop, and the main 4 guys have been there for over 5 years. That's what you want. That's what you want. With the clutch in, Bob Nelson says with the clutch in, it should start no matter what gear it's in. And I understand why you're saying that. I mean, if it stalls at a red light, you shouldn't put it in neutral to start it. Kind of makes sense. Let's see here. James Turner, good morning to you. It says here, Harley 103 is small but common problem. There's a switch in the clutch lever that goes bad. There you go. You see how wonderful this chat room is? I don't know the answer. The chat room surely knows the answer. You guys are awesome, man. You guys are what makes all this show possible for sure. Good morning, Wonder Mama. Wonder Ma. Good morning. Kickstand, side stand, maybe. Yeah, some people call them side stand. Now, in a Harley Davidson, I did a video about this a couple years ago. I was reading through the manual. They don't have a kickstand. They don't have a side stand. They don't. Their patented stand, guys, is called a Jiffy stand. Jiffy. It's a Jiffy stand. So if you ever ride your Harley, you go, man, I got to put down my Jiffy stand. Not, man, I forgot to put down my kickstand. I forgot to put my kickstand up. You don't have one. How could that be possible? You have a Jiffy stand. Good morning, Russell. Glad to have you on board this morning. Good morning. Finally got my vent screens installed and some axle nut covers. Small upgrades. The small upgrades mean so much to us, right? The small upgrades just mean so much to all of us because that's what makes it yours, right? So, and just like the work I've been doing on my bike, now my bike doesn't look like everybody else's bike. There's no Road Glide Specials out there with the paint scheme I have on my motorcycle, but it looks like a Road Glide Special now, right? So, and I still have some other stuff I want to do to it. I got some stuff planned. I don't know if I'll get it done this year or not. It's getting close. I mean, it's already coming upon riding season, and we all know about riding season, right? Morning all, Harley Moonrider. Good morning to you. What's the difference, Jiffy or kickstand? Just a name or actual function? And you're right, is it? The only thing I can tell you the difference is if you read through Harley manuals or Harley, and actually I found it on a website one time too, Harley Davidson History of Harley. They patented the Jiffy stand. Now, I don't know. There's no difference. It's the same functionality, but it's just a different name. I think it's pretty good to have that different name in there. Again, remember, I'm just throwing this out there again to you. I know I sound like a broken record sometimes. I was skipping like a broken record. Remember records? Anyway, remember the Fireside Chat with the boys is tomorrow night. It's going to be a very special edition. I have stuff that I'm going to be talking with the guys that they may not answer. It's very possible that we're not going to get the responses that I'm looking for. They don't know what and they're not questions, they're discussions. We're going to be having discussions tomorrow night and trying to figure out what, if, why, how, and whatever. So it's going to be interesting. And I thought about this when I was riding the motorcycle yesterday. It actually came to me. And then I did a video on it. So that video will be coming out sometime here soon, I hope. Anyway, since there wasn't that many people in here, I'm going to show you this one more time because if you guys haven't caught this, I feel good enough to lift my jack. I will. Oh, okay. So Henry was talking about he has a motorcycle jack or maybe I need to come over there with you, buddy, and get that in your truck, and we can bring it over and put it together and see how it works there. But yeah, anyway, but it's not questions tomorrow. We're going to get rid of the questions. I want to have it more of a group discussion. So, and I think I got this worked out anyway. But for you, for the Pittsburghese, for all of you'uns that haven't seen this, I'm going to play this one more time, just so you can take a look at this. I think it's interesting. I made this quite a while ago. You may not see it because most of you are my subscribers, but check this out. Just a couple seconds here. That was fun, huh? I made it a while ago, and like I said, if you want to make one, if you have an iPad, it's called creating a trailer. You create the trailer, and then there's a couple steps you have to do to copy it off to get it off of there. But if you guys are looking to make intros, or now that's a little long intro, I would say your intro should be maybe at the most maybe 10 seconds. It's got to be quick, man. Hi, boom, that's it. So, let's see. Hey, I took a few of those pictures. I see 0 credit. You didn't see the credits, everybody, at the bottom. I said it was small. I mean, I did put a credit in there for you. Maybe not. How many times does your Jiffy stand giving you a heart attack? Pink's Adventure says this is a good thought here. We had a rider from Pittsburgh, PA, camping next to us. Plenty from Ohio also. How many times does your Jiffy stand give you a heart attack? The biggest thing with the Jiffy stands, guys, is the lean angle of your motorcycles, man. They just seem to lean a lot to that left side there. But yeah, so and he had one eye open. But yeah, anyway, so getting back to that coffee with Spielberg, money 78.55. Thank you, man. That's awesome, man. Thanks for the compliment. No pictures of us, Pop. Guys. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be therapy. The fireside therapy chat with the boys tomorrow night. So we'll see how that goes. But they put me in charge this week, so I'm going to live it up for sure. Found an older Harley had a center stand that was hard to use. A Jiffy stand was quick and easy option. Well, the center stands on a motorcycle, guys, and Bronco Ride did a nice video of his with his Pan America. The first time he tried to get it up, he couldn't figure out how to get it up. And then he found out if you grab the handle a certain way, then you can get it up on a center stand. Like he can move his body weight and pull it up. Before he was trying to pick it up to get it up there, but you get the idea. So, but I think that's why they don't put center stands on 900-pound motorcycles, guys. Who in the heck's gonna be able to use them? Not this guy at all, man. No way. I can't do that. So I'm just throwing that out there. That's funny. Anyway, so yeah, but they're closing down these smaller shops. So what they're doing is they're raising all these prices around us. So the one dealer, I guess, is charging like $135 an hour. Another dealer is charging like $120 an hour. And they're rushing these jobs out the door. So that's why I try to do most of my work. My motorcycle needs new plugs. And if you haven't realized this, if your motorcycle is 2 years old or 30,000 miles, whichever comes first, you have to change your spark plugs. They recommend it. And I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe they're burnt up. I don't know. My bike doesn't sound like it's missing or anything's wrong with it, but they recommend it, so you should do it. So I do have to take my gas tank off and find somebody to help me change plugs. Also, my brake lines and my clutch, those have to be flushed out every 2 years. So all your brake fluid has to be flushed out of your system. And if you have a hydraulic clutch, all the fluid has to be flushed out every 2 years and replaced. At least when Jim came over, Be the Rider PA come over, and there's a gauge you buy, and this little gauge is a water moisture gauge. You stick it in. If there's any moisture in that fluid, change it, guys. Don't mess with it. I had fluid on my old bike. We were going down the Parkway, going into Pittsburgh, myself and Miss HDR. And, it's bumper to bumper, and I'm kind of riding my back brakes. And I know now I should have been like focusing more, like touching the front to slow down. So we're going down the hill. All of a sudden, we hit the tunnels, and I had no brakes, 0 brakes. And I was mortified, man. I was scared to death because I had no braking power. And I'm going into the city of Pittsburgh, right through the tube. So if you've ever been there, it's like going through the eye of the dragon. And you go through that tube and you come out, and there's 9 lanes of traffic all over the place. And I have no brakes. So we go through the tunnels. And she goes, "What are you going to do?" And I said, the only thing I could think of doing was going and coasting down Liberty Avenue and letting the bike just kind of letting the, what they call it, engine braking happen, letting the bike slow itself down gently. And then I was able to pull it off. And I called a buddy of mine. I said, "Dude," I said, "I am scared to death, man." So I have no brakes on this motorcycle. I can't stop my bike. And he's like, "Well, if you want me to," he said, "let it cool off for a while. Let it cool down. Maybe you rode them too long. Maybe you heated up the rotor." I said, "Okay, that's cool. I get it. I don't know anything about this." And he said, "If not, call me." He said, "I'll bring my trailer down." He said, "We'll bring it home and fix it." I said, "Okay." What happened was, guys, there was water in the fluids, and there was water in the .4 brake fluid. It heated up to the point where it wasn't allowing the fluid to close the brake calipers. I learned my lesson, man. Every 2 years, have that brake fluid flushed, and check it every other year. At least check it for moisture. Make sure no moisture got in there with that little gauge. The gauge will cost you about $9 off Amazon. It looks like a LED flashlight. You just stick it in there and you pull it up, and you'll see if there's any moisture in there. So just throwing it out there to you. That's a tip from the Harley Day Rider Garage, the old HDR Garage. Good morning, HDR, Tennessee Wingman, and folks, Bob Nelson, everybody. Good morning. Have a wonderful day. Good to see you in there this morning. Pink's Adventures. Judy, good morning, Judy. I'm trying to catch up on everybody here. Let's see. 25 degrees here. Going on a demo ride event. Man, I wish they would have demo rides here in Pennsylvania. One of these dealers, either Pennsylvania or West Virginia, need to bring the demo truck out. I got to ride some of these new 2022s, just to see what they feel like and see what that awesome power is, of that 114 engine. I can't wait to get my butt on one. Well, I guess I rode the 2021s. I don't think it's that much different, but steam is combustible. .4 is not. There you go, Paul. So that's what I was trying to say. So how about that? So steam is compressible. .4 is not. So yeah, so there's no stopping. If there's moisture in your brake fluid, you're not stopping. So I just wanted to throw that out there to you anyway, just to let you know that. Bob Nelson, demo track there also. I'm going to Georgia today because you know what? Georgia's always on my mind. Somebody said the other day my video came out and I started singing West Virginia, Mountain Mama, Blue Ridge Highways playing on the water. And they's like, "Man, I'm a good singer." That's okay, buddy. Just hiding behind my big cup here, Judy says. Good morning to you. Yeah, Wingman, and Henry's in there this morning. Glad Henry is doing better and feeling better, getting around there. We got a lot of boat work to do here very soon. And Henry's looking at making a fishing boating channel. So I think that's going to be awesome. He has a lot of time. He can take my boat out when, if I'm working, he can hook it up to his truck. Now he has a hitch. He can take my boat out anytime, go fishing and create his fishing videos for his channel. Don't have a name yet for it, but we will come up with something interesting, I hope. Paul, that's another good one. The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He stopped at a Harley shop and they stole his soul and all of his money too. Then he went over to the Indian dealer and they said, I'll give you a good deal. They sold him a 1970, no, they sold him a 2001 Indian motorcycle and he drove it up the road and it fell apart too. So now the devil, if he wanted to get his due, he drives himself a Honda Goldwing and he's as happy as can be. No, I don't know. I don't know if anybody's happy with a Honda Goldwing. Some of you guys have had the Goldwings. I've never owned one. I think they're an awesome bike. Yesterday's Denver's James Turner. The demo event was canceled for snow. Yep, maybe they scheduled that a little bit too early, huh? Could be. I don't know. But I thought the brake fluid tester, great investment. Pink's Adventure, right? It is a great investment. Be extremely careful when you open your caps on your brake fluid, gentlemen, because Dot 4 is very corrosive to paint. How do I know this? Because I've been told. So when I'm going to open mine, I put shop rags all around the handlebars, and I put painter's tape around, the cylinder, and then I put wherever I can see below me, like on my gas tank, I put it across the fender. I put shop rags over, shop blanket I put over the gas tank. You don't want that fluid touching anything, man, because you're not going to have any paint when you're done. So just throwing it out there to you anyway. Last night was a lot tamer than Thursday. Slept great. How many out there, did everybody experience anything for St. Patrick's Day, right? I forgot to say happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody, which was just Thursday. Debbie came over. She actually came over, and we had a what is it called? An Irish coffee, a hard Irish coffee. She wasn't too fond of it. She drinks. Well, Debbie doesn't like to drink. My sister is not a drinker. So I guess that they left that in my family, to me to like the different drinks. I'm not a drinker either by any means, but I do like different mixed drinks. And that is a really good one. Hard coffee has the cold hard coffee in it from, I can't remember the beer company that makes it, and a shot of Jameson. I used to call it Jameson. It's not Jameson, it's Jameson, Jameson, Jameson. It's Irish whiskey. Coffee and Bailey's sounds like good stuff to me. But finally, we'll get rid of the salt. Ricky KM, good morning to you. And talking about the rain and the salt. How did you meet Karen from Ireland? Like Bob, I didn't. How did you possibly do that? Like on a Skype call or a Zoom session? Bob, were you in Ireland, or was Karen in the States and didn't tell anybody? That's not mighty neighborly of her. She invited to give us a tour of Ireland, and she comes to the States and we don't know about it. I don't know. Bodie 52, you're HDR super fan. HAV Traveler, I don't think I have any of those. We don't have any super fans here. We got, I don't even know if it's fans. We got a community. Well, we have a really nice community though, but anyway, so yeah, I don't think there's much riding going on today. I know my daughter called me last night and said, Dad, can we go for a motorcycle ride tomorrow? And I said, honey, it's going to rain. I mean, I don't want to go out in the rain. I got a very interesting video coming out that happened to me yesterday on the motorcycle that ended up with me having to lay underneath the motorcycle when I'm out. So you might be thinking, uh-oh. And I was thinking, uh-oh. And yeah, so when you stop on the side of the road and you pull your motorcycle off, it's pretty neat because people will stop. Hey, you okay? Everything good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just checking on a couple things here. And, so people will pull over and help you out, even in cars. And I do that. I'm a motorcyclist by heart, right? That's what I do that a lot. And myself and Henry was one time we were at a rally and we were in the car because it was bad, man. The weather was horrible. We didn't take the bikes. We took the car. We came out of Erie, Harley Davidson. We came down. There was a guy off the side of the road. He had his wrenches out. It's very clear that he was having some kind of issue. We pulled the car off behind him. Henry said, we better watch. He might shoot us. He might think we're coming in there to kind of beat him up or something. I was like, yeah, I'm going to check. I was like, hey, bud. I said, hey, man, another rider. How you doing, man? I said, you need something? You need a lift? You need some gas? You want me to help you out? So anything we can do. He said, no, he had an issue, obviously, with the spark plug. Imagine that. And he was changing out, putting a spare spark plug he had in with him to get the bike started back up. So he had no spark, and he didn't want any help, so it was fine. But I do that. I definitely do stop for people, and people stop for you. So Karen from Ireland was here for Daytona Bike Week. Oh, okay. All right, I see it. She was at Bike Week. I got it. Thanks, Wind Road Therapy. And good morning to you. I didn't catch you coming in there, so good morning. It was nice that Karen came over. Isn't it funny? People come over here from other countries and go to Bike Week. I live in Pittsburgh, and I can't make it 17 hours down the road to go to Bike Week, but they make it from Ireland. I mean, what? And of course, it's the wrong time of year for me. I can't take any days off of school to go to Bike Week. If they move Bike Week till June, then I'll be there. But there is a lot of other ones in June and July that hopefully we'll be attending. So Steve says, just ordered my karaoke extended brake pedal, lower height of a brake pedal for more natural reach. Anyone have experience with this product? I do not have any experience with that product, but I hear they're great. I see a lot of people on Facebook putting them on, and I see it's really nice to have those. Should be a bruiser here today. It was the last day to buy a raffle ticket for the winners announced. Oh, you might still be at Bike Week, Wind Road Therapy. Bike Week must still be going on, so I didn't even realize that. Ricky KM, good morning. We should be picking up my wife's new Indian Chief Limited next week. Man, congratulations to your wife. That's awesome. That is really, really great to hear for sure. I was looking at the new bike this morning, the Indian, I don't know, the Indian full dresser. I don't know what else you'd call it. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I like it. I think it's cool, but yeah, they keep pricing their stuff out of existence. They're pricing their stuff above Harley. Come in below the American brand, right? The American brand is Harley. Everybody knows that. I love all motorcycles. Don't get me wrong, guys. Don't run away going, HDR says Harley snob. That's not true. But 90% of what you see on the road is Harley Davidson motorcycles. 90%. Everything else is mixed. Indian, speed bikes, Hondas, everything else is kind of mixed in there. So if Indian wants to really gain market share, drop their bikes $2,000 below the Harley Davidsons. Don't match them, because now you can't make a decision. Do I want to buy a Harley that I know and I stuck with all these years and I can possibly work on it, change my own oil? Or do I want to buy that Indian for the same price I know nothing about? I don't even know if I can change my own oil. I don't even know if there's a plug. And dropping $2,000 below, I think you're going to see a big market shift and people will start running over to Indian to buy a motorcycle, But anyway. And anybody, we had this discussion with some friends the other night. Anybody that thinks that any motorcycle today is American made, you're full of crap, right? They're American assembled, right? Not all the parts come from America, guys. They just don't. They can't. We don't have the factories for that stuff. How about I do an interview about the new bike with you guys? There you go. So there's new bikes coming out. Bodine's talking about. We should have some sort of sign other than a thumbs up. I'm trying to get this. There we go. Minimoto, good morning to you. Glad to have you on board this morning. We should have some sort of sign other than a thumbs up from the buy on the side of the road. Like in HDR's case, they were good. Can't thumbs up everyone when you are trying to change a play. And you're right, you can't. So, that's why I just stop. I don't do the thumbs up. Like, what the heck does it help me, guys, if I'm driving by you and I give the thumbs up, look in my rearview mirror, and you're like, no, I need help. I can't turn around in the middle of a highway. Pull the bike off, stop your motorcycle, walk up and say, hey, Joe, you need some help? I'm another biker, man. I got a wrench on my bike. I'll do something for you. I'll go buy you a part if you need a part for your motorcycle. Don't drive by them and give them a thumbs up. That's bullshit, right? Because you look in your rearview mirror and they're like, no, I need help. And you're done. So don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Pull your bike off, ask them if they need help, and then go about your merry way. You may even make a friend out of it. Hand them one of your YouTube cards and say, guys, I'm a YouTuber, man. And you might get a subscriber, right? What the heck? Anyway, but yeah, don't ever just drive by somebody and put your thumb up. That irritates the heck out of me. And I think you just got around that, right? So, but yeah, but if you're on a highway, Bob, you can't turn around. There's nowhere to turn around. You might have to go down 14 miles or more to get off an exit and go back around and come back around, help the guy. So man, just pull off the side of the road. If you can get off safely, put your Jiffy stand down, walk up and say hi, if you need something. Now, a tall tale sign is, if you guys don't know this, if you break down the side of the road, put your helmet on the ground behind the back tire. That's a sign that's the distressed motorist that needs your help. Your helmet's on the ground behind your back tire. And I know you know that. So anyway, that is all I'm giving you for that. So yes, and you're right. See, right here, Dusty Chronicles. Thank you very much for putting that out there. And you're right. Put your helmet on the ground behind your bike if you need help. Some people don't know that. You can still stop if they don't. But if you see that man, stop that motorcycle now. Help that guy out. Hell, I do that in my car. If my car breaks down the side road, I keep a helmet in the back seat. I put the helmet on the ground behind the car. I don't do that because I don't carry my helmet with me. But you guys know what I'm talking about. So I just want to throw it out there. I'm sorry I get so worked up over stuff like that, but it's like there's just things that really irk me in my life, man. And if I'm sitting there and I'm broke down, I'm like sitting there and Miss HR is crying because we can't get the bike running, and you drive by me, hey, I'm like, no, and you're 14 miles down the road before I see you again. I don't know, but stop the motorcycle. Street Clyde. What made you feel that you needed something like that? I'm just saying, I guess most don't know that. Maybe people don't know that, Dusty. I don't know. Maybe people don't know. But yeah, if you break down, man, put your helmet behind your bike, directly in line with your bike, behind the back tire, and put your helmet on the ground. And I know I'm going to get guys like, I paid $800 for my helmet. I can't put it on the ground. Dude, if you're broke down, put your damn helmet on the ground so somebody can help you. Okay, that's all it is. I don't know. Or if you're with your spouse, if you're with your wife, put her on the side of the road and make her do this, right? Make her do that. Hey, I need help. And then that way somebody's sure to stop and help you, right? If I stand back there and do that, people will not put a thumbs up. They'll give me the middle finger up and they'll just keep on going. They'll be like, I ain't helping that guy, right? But you put your wife out there, you're going to get some help. So. Yeah, see, Henry thinks like I do. Check this out. Henry thinks like I do. I put my girlfriend on a bikini and hide that work too. See, he puts his wife or his girlfriend in a bikini on the side of the road and he gets all the help he needs. There you go. See? Yeah, sometimes they do come up quick. You have to turn around. I get that, Bodine. Sometimes you come up a crest of a hill and it's like, uh-oh, and you can't stop. I get that. So don't think I'm a total butthead for saying it that way, but you get the picture. Don't drive by somebody and give them a thumbs up. No, who cares? Anyway, all right. So we are going to cut this cast and get out of here for the day. And I guess you guys will be getting out of here too. Keep the Forgotten Angels in Florida in mind today. Buy a raffle ticket. Yes, Forgotten Angels. Actually, my buddy Saddle Tramp should be down there today. He was going to their camp out this weekend. So hopefully the weather is good for everybody down at the Forgotten Angels for sure. And don't forget, tomorrow night, the Fireside Chat with the boys is going to be probably one of the most controversial, interesting, outrageous. What was the other word I was looking for on the motorcycle yesterday? Most revealing Fireside Chat we may have ever had. And I think you're going to be interested in that one. So hopefully everybody comes over and checks that out. And we will talk to you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right back here on the Harley Day Rider channel. Again, Saddle Champ is there. Tell him HDR Wind Road Therapy. If you talk to him, say, Harley Day Rider said hello. And I know he's a busy guy. He has a lot of people to talk to when he's anywhere. He's a big guy in the room, and not big. He's a huge influencer in the room. So many people try to talk to him for sure. But yeah, Time Harley Day Rider said hello. Judge Norman, I'm sorry I missed you in there. Ron Kelly, I missed you too. Good morning, both of you. Thanks for stopping in there this morning. And thanks to all of you again for coming in here each and every Saturday. I'm very, very happy to do this show on Saturday mornings. This is show number, 64? already. So we are happy to have you in here every week. I'm very honored and privileged to be your guide to this chat room and your guide to, whatever I know about motorcycles, which usually isn't much, but I like to share my experiences with you. So hopefully I'll get a video done here today. You'll see that tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on my YouTube channel. Would be some kind of motorcycle video. And after that, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the fireside chat with the boys. Bring a drink, head over there, join us. It's going to be interesting. Thanks, everybody. Remember, ride your own ride. Be safe out there. Harley Davidson will be down out in the beautiful HDR studios here in southwestern Pennsylvania. Bye, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.